Hello guys, if you want to learn Python and looking for the best Coursera courses and certification for Python, then you have come to the right place. Today I'm going to share the best Python certification from Coursera. While there are many online platforms out there to learn Python programming, Coursera is one of the most reputed ones. The best thing about Coursera is that it provides access to courses taught at the world's top universities like the University of Michigan and Rice University, one of the top 20 universities in the USA. It also has the best Python certification offered by both organizations like IBM and Google, the world's top university like the University of Michigan. That's why many people flock to Coursera to learn Python and other computer science and software engineering skills. The course level of Coursera is also very high, and that's why when you put Coursera certification on your resume and LinkedIn, recruiter will pay more attention. Their courses are also in-depth and well-structured, which provides you confidence and knowledge to justify those certifications. Because of this, more and more people are choosing Coursera for their online learning journey. Even many organizations are choosing Coursera as their learning partner, which means that you may get to access many of the top Coursera certifications for free if your organization has tied up with them. Now that we talk about Coursera, let's talk a little bit about Python. Because if you're here, then you're not only interested in Coursera, but more importantly in Python. In a word, it's the kind of programming language and possibly the most straightforward dominant programming language you can learn in 2022. Unlike learning JavaScript, which is focused on web development, learning Python opens a lot of doors. You can not only create a web application using Django and Flask, but also you can do a lot of automation using different Python libraries and become a data scientist and machine learning expert by using Pandas, TensorFlow, and PyTorch. In short, Python has immense scope and everybody should learn Python. Now that we have touched base on both Python and Coursera, it's time to deep dive on the courses and certification which Coursera offers for aspiring programmers who wants to learn Python. While there are many great Python courses on Coursera, I have only included the best of the best ones, which is trusted by many of my friends, colleagues, and recommended to me. It's also necessary to go through all these courses at once. Instead, you will be served better if you go for a course specialization like Python for Everybody specialization, which bundle related courses together with a hands-on project to teach you a skill rather than just syntax and semantics. Anyway, without wasting any more of your time, here's my list of best Coursera courses for Python and computer science. At the first of the list is the Programming for Everybody. This is the most popular and one of the best Coursera courses on Python. It is evident from the fact that more than 900,000 students have already enrolled in this. It is offered by the University of Michigan, and one of the most significant academic institutions in not just the USA but the world. The average cost at Michigan University costs around $15,000, but you can access this course free thank you to Coursera. But if you want to get a certificate, then you need to pay for specialization, which costs around $39 per month if I'm not wrong. As the name suggests, this course aims to teach everyone the basic programming computer using Python. It will show you to the basics of how on construction a program from a series of simple instructions in Python, which makes it very useful for absolute beginners. The course has no prerequisites and avoids all but the simplest mathematics. Anyone with moderate computer experience should be able to master the material in this course. This course will cover chapters from 1 to 5 of the textbook Python for Everybody. This course has covered Python 3, the most popular version of Python, and provides a good launchpad for more advanced Python courses. like web scraping using Python, accessing database and doing data analysis in Python. This course is also part of the Python for Everybody specialization, which means complete this course will count toward your certification. And if you want to learn a programming language used almost in any industry, I recommend learning Python. This programming language is used in data science, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. So this professional certificate, Google IT Automation with Python, is well recommended to start learning Python. This professional certificate will help you learn the Python language and how to use it for automating your daily tasks, which could be very helpful in some situations. You will also discover the power and capability of this language. You will start with a crash course or learning the Python language, then you use to interact with your operating system. Then you will learn how to use Git and GitHub and some of the debugging techniques. Finally, learn how to use Python automation with the cloud and real-world tasks. And then we have Python data structures. Good knowledge of data structure is essential for programmers of all levels and especially crucial for bootcamp developers and people who don't have a computer science degree. But not to worry, as this course will introduce the core data structure for the Python programming language. It has taught more than 300,000 students data structure already. We will move past the basic of procedural programming and explore on how we can use the Python built-in data structure such as lists, dictionaries, and tuples to perform increasingly complex data analysis. This course will cover chapters 6 to 10 of the textbook Python for Everybody, and is also part of the Python for Everybody specialization. You can also access this course for free if you don't need a certificate and just want to improve your data structure and algorithm skill with Python. And the next course is using Python to access web data. This is another course from the Python for Everybody specialization, and one of the important ones. This course will show you one can treat the internet as a significant source of data. You will learn how to scrape, parse, and read web data, as well as access data using web APIs and work with HTML, XML, and JSON data formats in Python. This course will cover chapter 11 to 30 of the textbook Python for Everybody. To get the most out of this course, you should be familiar with the material covered in chapter 1 to 10 of the textbook and the first two courses in this specialization. At the 5th position of my list, I have using databases with Python and SQLite course. This is the 4th course of Python for Everybody's specialization on Coursera, and it will teach you basic of structured query language, and as well as basic database design for storing data as part of multi-step data gathering, analysis, and processing effort. This course uses SQLite 3 as its database, and you will build web crawler and multi-step data gathering and visualization processes by accessing this database. You will also find d3.js library to do basic data visualization. This course will cover chapter 14 to 15 of the book Python for Everybody. To succeed in this course, you should be familiar with the material covered in chapter 1 to 13 of the textbook and the first 3 courses in this specialization. More than 180,000 Python programmers have joined this course, and it's free for learning if you don't need a certificate. And to the next course, we have capstone, retrieving, processing, and visualizing data with Python. If you remember, every Coursera specialization has a hands-on project, and you need to complete the project to get the associated certificate. This course is the project of Python for Everybody Specialization, the most popular Coursera specialization for Python. In this capstone project, you will build a series of applications to retrieve, process, and visualize data using Python. The project will involve all the elements of the specialization. In the first part of the capstone, you will do some visualization to become familiar with the technologies in use, and then will pursue their own project to visualize some of the data that they have or can find. More than 60,000 Python developers have taken this course, and if you are looking for a Python project to develop hands-on skills, this is the project you should do. After completing this project and other associated courses, you will also receive a certification of completion, which you can put in your LinkedIn profile. At the 7th place, I have Python function files and dictionaries. This is another great course on Coursera to learn Python in depth. It introduces the dictionary data structure and user-defined functions. You also learn about local and global variables, optional and keyword parameter passing, name functions and lambda expression, Python's sorted function, and how to control the order in which it sorts by passing in another function as an input. This course is part of Python 3 programming specialization, another top-class Python specialization on Coursera, and you will learn a sentiment analysis project on this specialization. You also read in stimulated social media data from a file, computer sentiment scores, and write out CSV files. It covers chapter 10 to 16 of the textbook, Fundamental of Python Programming, which is the accompanying test for this course. And the next course is Python project, Pillow, Tesseract, and OpenCV. This is another Python project which I found very interesting and useful. This project is part of the Python 3 programming specialization and suitable for a portfolio. As part of this project, you will learn third-party APIs and will be shown how to manipulate images using the Python imaging library, how to apply optical character recognition to images and to recognize the text, and how to identify faces in images using popular OpenCV library. By the end of the course, you will have worked with 3 different libraries available for Python 3 to create a real-world data analysis project. The course is best suited for learners who have taken the first 4 courses for the Python 3 programming specialization, learners who only have Python programming skills but want to practice with a hands-on real-world data analysis project can also benefit from this course. So at the 9th place of my list is the introduction to data science in Python. One of the big reasons for learning Python is to make a career in data science, but traditional Python courses will not teach you from that perspective, and that's where this course starts. It's especially designed to learn data science using Python, and more than 300,000 enrolled students verify that fact. This course will introduce the learner to the basics of the Python programming environment, including fundamental Python programming techniques such as lambdas, reading and manipulating CSV file, and then NumPy library. It will also introduce data manipulation and cleaning techniques using the popular Python pandas dataset library, and introduce the abstraction of the series and data frame as the central data structure for data analysis, along with tutorials on how to use functions such as group by, merge, and pivot tables effectively. By the end of this course, students will be able to take tabular data, clean it, manipulate it, and run basic inferential statistical analysis. This course is part of the Applied Data Science with Python specialization. And the final course in my list is the Python for Data Science and AI. This is another course that is focused on data science and artificial intelligence using Python. It's an introductory course and will kickstart your learning of Python for data science as well as programming in general. This beginner-friendly Python course will take you from zero to programming in Python in a matter of hours. It's offered by IBM, one of the oldest and most reputed software companies around the world. This course can be applied to multiple specialization or professional certification programs. Completing this course will count toward your learning in any of the following programs, such as IBM Data Science Professional Certificate, IBM Applied AI Professional Certificate, and Applied Data Science Specialization. And that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching. If this video is helpful, please give us a like and comment your opinion below. In the next video, I will show you guys how to run and debug a Java program in IntelliJ. So see you guys in the next video.